Hello, Roofless Church. It's me, Pedro. Today, I would like to talk to you about illusion. Now, illusion is a difficult subject to talk about because for most of us, what I'm talking about when I say illusion, we think of it as reality. So, what I'm saying to you, it's so confusing, I don't even know how to talk about it. All I can say is if you believe that you are a separate being from all other beings, and you have an existence that is autonomous and not connected to anyone else, nay, I say, not connected to everything else, everyone else, all that is, ever was, ever will be, ever might be, imagination, factual. I'm talking about like anything that can be and could be and is. If you think you're separated from it in somehow, some way, then you're under an illusion. It's a lie. And I'm going to try my best to talk about the illusion. I don't even know how else to say it. It's like when you say illusion, it's almost like you're not saying anything because it really doesn't mean anything, but still, we operate under its guise. Some people talk about the ego. Some people talk about how this idea of self, this illusionary idea of self, basically taints what is. So, say for example, um, there was no such thing but white roses, but every person that came into the world was handed a set of shades, a set of sunglasses, and every sunglass had its own particular tint. So, whenever somebody looked at the white rose, and the white rose is what is tainted by their vision or their shades. So what they see, like they may see a pink rose, a yellow rose, a purple rose, whatever the case may be, and they'll make arguments about it, build religions on it. Just do everything based off of their perception of this rose. The only reality is that there's a rose there. The color and all the other things are contingent upon the glasses that you're wearing. So most of us, when we are operating in the world, we have on these glasses, and we think that what we see is what is. Like we think that our perception is some kind of objective perception of reality, and it's not. I mean, I can tell you right now, I try my best to be as objective as possible. But the reality is, I know by the very fact that I'm human, by the very fact that I have certain contingencies, like I'm black, I'm short, I'm missing this tooth here, right here, you know what I'm saying? All this stuff is affecting me in ways that I might not be conscious of. I might think like I got it all together, my mind's clear, I'm not subject to the illusion. But the very fact that I think that I'm not subject to the illusion means that I'm engaged in the illusion in some kind of way, which means that somehow it's influencing me. Even if I'm rejecting it, it's still influencing me. So even I, who am talking about not being influenced by the illusion, and I'm talking about the objective white rose and all this other stuff, am saying it from the place of illusion. If I wasn't, I wouldn't even be having this conversation. I wouldn't even be trying to talk about this stuff because I would just be, see these trees behind me? I would just be chilling like the trees. But because I am influenced by the illusion in some way, then I feel that I must express myself using things of the illusion, like words, concepts, ideas, all these things. All these things come out of illusion. And I have some idea of what I think is right. Now, my idea of what I think is right is not necessarily right. But hey, I'm here, I'm operating under these circumstances, so I'm, playing this role. But my boy, Jesus, he talks about denying the self. And, he's not the only one that says it. I'm not going to act like he is. But there's other people who talk about denying the self. And the reason why they talk about denying the self, and I just got loud because, you can hear the traffic in the background. I'm trying to speak over it. But the reason why he talks about denying the self, because as long as the self is tainting everything you see, you're never going to see what is, you know? And a lot of us have a fear of taking off those glasses because we built everything about those glass around those glasses. Those glasses make us special, You put on some glasses and you're like, hey, I'm the president of the United States with these glasses on. I'm a CEO of blah, blah, blah. Or whatever thing you see through those glasses, you know? And you get enough other people to put on the same glasses and they say, oh, yeah, I see it too. But the fact is, it's all an illusion. Because if there's any kind of like separation, illusion is there. That's just, I mean, it's just a fact. If there's separation, illusion is there. Because there's no such thing as separation. We are all one. I don't know any other way to put it. I'm not very skilled at putting it in any particular way. I'm just saying we are all one. So anyway, this illusion here that I'm talking out of and influenced by, I'm doing my best to express myself in a way that gets around the illusion. Unfortunately, the only way I know how to do this is by using illusion. And so it follows kind of like a mathematical principle. I'm trying to speak a positive, right? But I'm in a world that's operating in the negative. So math teaches us that if you take a negative and multiply by another negative, you get a positive. Don't tell me how that math works. I don't know. But that's how they say it works. I'm going to use it. So I'm going to use my negative illusionary concept of reality and project it against the other illusionary concept of reality that says that we're all separate. And somehow I'm hoping that a positive comes out of that. I know this is confusing, and look, if you want to talk it out and work it out, respond to the blog or something like that. But anyway, what I'm trying to go for is the idea that this illusion that we're all operating under, if we all can like kind of accept, like, hey man, I'm under illusion. I mean, all you have to do is know that you don't know. I mean, it's not that big a deal because like most of us, we think we know. We're all liars. We don't know anything. So all you have to do is just kind of assume that you don't know, and you might know your little piece. And what science and, I mean, simple light principles show us, like in a prism, you see all the different colors. A light passes through a prism, and all the colors are there. And in reverse, if you put all the colors, you see the clear light of reality. So basically, if I take my particular contingencies and I just kind of go with it, you know, I was born in America, had a immigrant parent, you know, whatever the case may be, all these things are influencing me. If I dig deep and go as far as that and my contingencies take me, then I'm going to come to the reality of my illusion. Basically, if I can acknowledge that I'm influenced by all these things and all these things are determining how I interpret the world and how I interpret reality, if I can accept that and I encounter other people who go as far as they can go with their contingencies, then I get that much closer to reality. So every time I encounter someone and I allow them to be as they are, and I am as I am, but I take them in with the assumption that we are all one. So if someone tells me their experience, I'm going to take it in and say, hey, man, you know what? We're part of the same thing. I'm going to take that in. And every person that I engage, every person that I encounter, every person that I listen to, somehow I'm getting closer to clarity. Because once all those lights come together, the clarity of reality becomes more possible. So if you're sitting out there thinking you're some by yourself entity who knows everything and like has it all together, you're a liar. I'm sorry to tell you that. But you know what? I still want to talk to you. I want to hear your lies. Because somehow, some way, your lies and my lies, when they come together, they bring us closer to the truth. As long as I don't think that my lies trump your lies, and I say your lies are equal to my lies, but when they come together, I mean, this is crazy talk. I know it's crazy talk. But man, somehow, some way, I know that it's true. So look, we're all under illusion. I'm running out of YouTube minutes, so I can't say too much more. But if you want to break out of the illusion, get with me. Because, look, dude, or dudette, I know that we are tainted in the mind. And I trust that if we can just acknowledge that and commune with one another, we're going to get so much closer to seeing what reality is. And it's going to be awesome. So anyway, Roofless Church, get with me.